I dare say that there are women in positions who have not done anything bad to get to the places where they are.
So welcome to our first edition of our program, Cultural Mind Forum.
My dad exposed his female children to a lot of female leadership, so she would come on TV, they'll show her on TV. I've forgotten the position she was doing that time. And that
Today we are going to be discussing something very important when it comes to women attaining a position in our society. I hope you jotted that down.
people think that for you to be a leader, you have to be the one at the forefront. Like Ojono said, let your conscience lead you. If I as a woman have this craving that okay, and I am convinced in my mind that I can lead some certain part of people, I can take up this role, then go for it. Most of them don't like doing all this house duties and all of that. I'm being plain here. I've seen, it's what I've seen, I've heard, I've been told histories. If I'm going to be a leader, I must have to be able to perceive, to feel what my followers are feeling, because that will help me to coordinate them and tell them things in order not to hurt them in the process.
Good day, viewers. You are welcome to our first edition of our program, Cultural Mind Forum. And today we are going to be discussing something very important, an interesting topic at that, women and leadership. And with me in the studio are two resource persons that will be doing justice to this topic. Far left, I have Esther, and she's a law student at the University of Benin. She's also the president of National Union of Adamawa State Students. And my far right, I have Ojano. She is a physiologist and also she's reading law at the University of Benin. So you're welcome to the studio. God bless you. All right, viewers, you agree with me that leadership is very important in any sector of the economy. And if you look at Nigeria today, leadership has always been our problem, even Africa at large. And women in leadership is something we must look into. For instance, in the north, we have person of Amina of Zaria. You see how she did so much in conquering so many territories in the north, and also how she led some men to conquer these territories. See, women have always played key roles in societal leadership. Now, in our present day, we have so many women also doing well. We have Ngozi Okonjo, the current director of World Trade Organization, and notably, she's the first woman and first African to lead that World Trade Organization. Awesome, wonderful, and she's doing what very well. And also, we have the likes of Ibukun Awosika. You see, she's also doing amazing things in our society, and she's a lady. And coming to the bank sector, we have so many MDs as women doing very well. Time will fail us to start calling names, but you can go and check out the names of these women. They are doing very well in different aspects of the economy. So today we are going to actually talk about some flaws we've seen in Nigeria and also Africa. at large when it comes to women in leadership. Now, my first question goes to Esther. Please, can you tell us the meaning of leadership? Let's start from there. I think our viewers would love to hear the meaning of leadership from you, ma'am.
Well, thank you, Mr. Tim, for that question. Well, allow me to say that leadership means different things to different people. People have their different perspective on what leadership is. Now, the question is, what is really leadership? Well, on my opinion, if I'm to talk about leadership, I would say leadership is the act, process, or ability to be able to guide, direct a particular number of people. It can be one person, it can be one person, it can be two person, it can be a group of large members, you understand? So the ability to guide and direct them towards achieving a particular goal is what I refer to as leadership.
Wow. Awesome. Thank you very much for that detailed definition of leadership. All right, from Ojano, please, do you have any contribution to what Esther said about leadership? Do you have any opinion?
Okay, well, I think my definition is going to be like off the norm that we know.
Okay.
For me, it's a personal thing because leadership for me, against popular opinion, is servanthood. It's about service. So most people think that for you to be a leader, you have to be like be the one at the forefront, be the one dishing out orders. But if you take a look at what leadership entails, track records and all, you see that it is a life of service. So simply put, leadership is service. To me, that's my definition.
Wow. All right, viewers, we've heard from the resource persons in the studio what leadership entails, and I'll beg of you, just try pick up a pen and jot something down because this session, I promise you, is going to be mind blowing. All right, without wasting much of our time, I'm moving to the next question. This question goes to Esther. Now, do you think African tradition, or let's narrow it down to Nigeria, has a role to play in women's leadership?
Well, yes, the African culture have a lot to play in encouraging women to participate or take roles in leadership. Now, looking at the African culture, most of our cultures down here, especially Nigeria as a case study, does not really support women in power.
Wow.
For example, let's look at this, the North. If we look at the people from the North, most of their culture doesn't really support this women in leadership because they believe their women are meant to be indoors. They are not meant to be seen or heard. Now that this issue is currently disturbing this particular set of ethnic groups, because a woman that is born, a girl born into a family whereby they don't allow them to go work or they don't allow them to attain a level of education, you don't expect them to have that passion, especially if they keep staying within the territory they are born. So in Africa at large, I think it applies to other ethnic groups. We have some Igbo culture, we have some Yoruba culture, because basically in Nigeria we have just three particular ethnic groups, which is the Hausa, Yoruba, or Igbo. Whichever tribe you come from, we have to be listed under one of the subgroup that I just mentioned. So I think it's high time the society encourages women in the society to take up leadership roles. It is high time we send our daughters to school to get knowledge in order to do a lot of things. Because if you look at it very well, most of this position men occupy, if a woman goes there, she do much more better. If you look at it, I am not a feminist, but I'm trying to tell you what I feel, what I've seen.
True.
I don't want to mention names so it doesn't look like I'm a feminist, but trust me, women in leadership will give us great power and it will help us attain particular goal that we have been craving to attain. Thank you.
All right, viewers. Please, viewers, I want you to take note that this discussion is actually not. I don't want you to put this feminism concept in your head because we are trying to be real here. Because we've seen cases where some women don't actually have the right and privilege to express themselves in leadership, and it has been a problem. The other time, one president said something. I don't want to mention the name.
I don't know which party my wife belongs to, but she belongs to my kitchen and my living room and the other room. She belongs to my kitchen and my living room and the other room.
And I was surprised because these folks or these genders, they are not just meant for the kitchen. I've seen women do so much great things, and Nigeria or African culture have a way of restricting them to do so much. And I so much believe in women, because if a mother can take care of the home and you see them, you see the home, everything is going well. And I believe if they are given chance to occupy key positions in the society, they will do exceedingly well. And that's the reason for this talk show today. Thank you so much for that enlightenment, Esther. All right, my next question will go to Jano. I know you are still in the studio with me. You agree with me that most women do exceedingly well in handling business or as an entrepreneur. Why do you think when it comes to power or handling any political position, for instance, they are not trusted? They are not trusted. Like, women are not trusted when it comes to handling political positions. But when it comes to other sectors in the economy, like we see them doing exceedingly well in the business sector, even in at home, they do well. In firms and industries, they also do exceedingly well. Time would fail me to start calling names of women. So why are they not trusted when it comes to political positions?
Okay, thank you for that question.
You're welcome.
I think to find the cure for a disease, you need to trace the origin.
True.
And I will start by analyzing our traditions. Okay, take a normal African setting where a boy and a girl are the children of a man and a woman normally. In that kind of family, there's already a gender bias that's created in the mind of the children. You hear things like, you're a girl, you're not supposed to be where boys are talking about sports or talking about politics or talking about some serious issues. Where should you be? You should be in the kitchen. You should be, okay, let me just say, for boys, it seems like they are prodded into the direction of serious decisions. When it comes to making serious decisions, we know that our parents will tell us that it is the job of a man to bring financial security. It's the job of a man to make important decisions. But for the woman, it is as if they are given lesser roles. So ultimately, the mind of that child is already used to taking the back seat when it comes to being at the forefront of whatever entails power. Like being in a position where you'll be like, okay, make this major decision. I think another thing is that we feel women are too emotional being a weakness, in quotes, too emotional being a weakness. And we fail to realize that being emotional is a core aspect of leadership, because you cannot be a good leader if you're not an emotional leader. And I know there are some times when you have to make critical decisions where you have to listen to your emotions. They feel like women are too soft, women are too weak. So when it comes to making important decisions, these women cannot like be that forceful, be that strong. They cannot say no, they cannot say yes when the time comes, because they feel they are too emotional. And I think this bias has affected the way women see themselves too, because some women now decide to just let sleeping dogs, like, oh, politics is not for me, let the man do it. This other one, if it's to be seen, if it's to be powerful, it's not my thing. I think I've even heard some people say, if you're a woman in power, you will not get a husband. Like, it is that bad.
Wow.
It is that bad that they say if you're a woman in power, men will be intimidated. So you have to like play second fiddle. You have to like you don't need to show yourself. You don't need to be that powerful. You don't need to be that outspoken. You don't need to be that strong. You should just take the back seat, let the men make the decisions. So it has become our way of life over here that when it comes to politics, women are not seen. Women are not seen. Okay, if we say, okay, let women come for presidential elections, they will say, no, let my husband do it. I cannot do it. I have children to take care of. And it is a very, very wrong mindset, because I feel that individuals are capable irrespective of their gender. There is a measure of greatness in every person, whether you are male or whether you are female. So let the society allow us express the greatness inside of us by allowing us become who whatever we want to be. If we want to be the president of the country, we can be it. We should not be termed too weak. We should not be termed too emotional, like it's a weakness. So I believe these are the things that shaping our mindset and has made a lot of women redundant. That they don't want to be seen, they don't want to just cause trouble. I think one of my friends was saying if a woman becomes a president, like he was just joking, but the thing actually hits me was like if a woman becomes a president, what would they call the man? First gentleman on a lighter note. And he was saying that like out of spite, like you why? Is the woman that is supposed to be called the first lady, the man is supposed to be called president. So I feel we are in the 21st century. It is time to calm down. Yes, it is time to calm down. Now, like to do what we have to do to push the nation forward. No restrictions, no boundaries, no limits.
Wow.
Yes. So thank you.
Thank you for that wonderful response to that question. If there's something that I pick from what you said, which I believe is true, you said so many things and they are all true. There's something I picked there which so many persons use. They said women are too emotional when it comes to leadership, and for that sole reason, they are not given the opportunity to be up there. And she also made a very salient point. She said, emotions are key. They play key roles when it comes to leadership, and it's true. Somebody that is not emotional cannot actually carry persons along. That person will not be able to feel the pain of others, how they feel when in a condition. And I believe emotions have a lot to play when it comes to leadership. Thank you very much for that response again. All right, Esther, do you have any contribution to what Ujana said concerning women being trusted when it comes to leadership position, their political leadership?
Oh yes, I do have something to add to it.
Okay.
Well, I think I agree with her that people don't trust women in politics, being also their perspective that women are too emotional. Now I want to ask the public, how can you know the pain of somebody if you cannot feel it? How can you coordinate or know what to tell someone at a particular point of time in order not to talk to the person when you cannot feel what the person is feeling at that moment? If I'm going to be a leader, I must have to be able to perceive, to feel what my followers are feeling, because that would help me to coordinate them and tell them things in order not to hurt them in the process. Now, I feel it's high time we give women chance to lead. Being emotional is never a weakness, but it's a strength. It says where your weakness is, get comfortable. So it's high time to start acknowledging and stop disqualifying, saying different things that are not eligible just to make our women feel weak in the society. Because women are not weak, they are the strongest part of the man. And if a woman doesn't contribute to the growth of the man, you should forget about his future. Now, how will it feel when your woman knows what leadership is? Like the man coming back from work, really frustrated, and be like, "Honey, this happened in my office." If the woman is able to relate what the husband is going through, like let me just say, for example, I as a person am holding a particular position as a woman, and I'm a husband to a great politician. If my husband comes back from work to tell me that this is what he's facing from the job, I'll be able to relate and tell him what to do about it. And it helps a lot.
True.
Because if a woman sets her mind to do something, she will definitely do it, and she'll carry out that task very well. So if I am a leader, if I'm helping my husband to solve a particular problem he's facing with his own leadership, let me just say leadership career, it will definitely help him and to certainly show for it. And that's all I have to say.
Wow, thank you so much, Esther. Thank you so much. Viewers, hope we are jotting things down. I said this session is going to be a mind-blowing one. And we are saying it already. Alright, without wasting much of our time, we'll go to the next question. And the next question we're having here is it's an interesting one actually, and it's something that I really want us to look into it very well because I'm seeing it happening everywhere, even around little positions. I see some young ladies. Little positions. I see some young ladies, and they tend to say this lady did not just get there just like that. Like she not just get there with her own. Oh, how will I put it now? She not just get there with her own skill, or she's not qualified to be there. She must have done something to find her way up there. Now, my question is, Uchano, please, can you tell us, let me put it this way. There is this false accusation that comes when a woman is made minister or any key position that she probably must have slept with someone to arrive there. What's your take on that? You understand what I'm saying? We see it everywhere in our society today, and somebody just walk up and say, "I'm the lady." Just walk up and say, "I'm the manager of this firm. I'm a minister," and everybody just smile like, "I beg you." We know how she got there. So it's a phenomenal culture that it's not something we should accept. But I want you to say something concerning that. What do you have to say?
Oh, okay. Thank you for the question. It boils down to the bias that we have about women and positions. Because if a man is in the same position, nobody will say he killed somebody to get there or he did not
True.
work hard to get there.
True.
But once it gets to a lady, there's just this, should I call it anger or just this hatred. The fact that she's the one leading, she's in that seat is just a problem for some people.
True.
So it boils down to the bias people still have. And I dare say that there are women in positions who have not done anything bad to get to the places where they are today. All they did was work hard. They were working hard, they were persistent, and they were determined to get to where they are today. I think those three things are the key things people who want to be great or want to achieve success do. So I don't know why they associate success. It seems like success is just for the men. Like when the man is the MD, it is all right. But when the woman is the MD, then she must have slept with somebody. So if a man is an MD and I say, oh, he has slept with somebody, do you see how strange?
Yeah,
you see how strange it is?
actually.
It is always a constant power struggle between men and women in a firm because the man would not want to answer to a woman, which I think has a lot to do with their ego. And I feel it is not something you should bring into the workplace because I am as individualistic as you are, not minding my gender. So I feel it is still the bias that causes people to say that because she's a woman and she should not have attained this position if she had not slept with somebody. And I also add, it is the way you are inside. That's what you will speak outside.
True.
So those people now, maybe they have the intention of being in positions, but they don't want to work as hard. So they are angry with their life, so they just paint the next person that is doing well as a female as bad, which is
True.
really wrong. So still boils down to bias. And I think it's really wrong because they are hardworking females that get success the right way. That's just it.
Wow. All right, viewers, please let's not have this mindset that when a woman is in a key position, whether politically or other sector of the economy, all we have to say is she probably must have slept with somebody to get there. That is not true. This is cultural 94. All what we try to achieve is to change the pattern, changing the pattern of everything, how we see things, how we relate to things. She said something very striking. She was like, what you have on the inside, that is what you give out. So the truth is, most of us, we have that kind of mindset. We are, how will I put it in quotes, some of us are like that, or we want to be like that. That is why we see everybody. We can't just think that somebody just meritoriously gets a position. We feel that they have to sleep around to get there. That is not true. Please, let's change our mindset to that. And I believe that will actually help our society to see women as true leaders. Just as men can lead, women can also do the same. And she said something also, can we not say that because the man is in a key position, not say the man actually slept with somebody? It doesn't make sense. So let's also see it from that angle when it comes to women attaining a key position in our society. I hope you jotted that down. All right. This will be our last question for today, and I want to ask Esther, please. And this question is very important. How do you think we can increase the number of women in power in Africa? Or you can narrow it down to Nigeria, Africa, anyone. How do you think we can increase the number of women in political position or in leadership? How do you think we can?
Well, first of all, I would like to tell my viewers, especially the female, to discard anything that limits them. Discard any advice that limits your ability and capacity. People cannot determine how far you go. People should not determine what you can be able to do or what you succeed at or what you will not succeed in doing. You should have your opinion about yourself. You should know your capacity. Let your inner mind, let your inbuilt mind, like John said, let your conscience lead you. If I as a woman have this craving that, okay, and I am convinced in my mind that I can lead some certain part of people, I can take up this role, then go for it. You are the only person to motivate yourself. Now, there's one thing I always tell myself, which has been my watchword. If I succeed, it will be for me. And if I don't succeed, it will be for me. So whatever I do today as a woman, I look at it, will it take me to where I want to be or not? If I want to be in a leadership position, I take a mentor, I look at him, I watch him in order to get there. Now, if you are a woman and you are listening to me and you feel you will be able to do things right, you feel you can take up leadership position, you can take up leadership role and be able to deliver, please follow your passion. Go for what works for you. Don't listen to anybody. You know, the funny thing about this life we are in is, if you succeed, they will congratulate you. If you don't succeed, even though they are the ones, they were the ones that were responsible for whatever you're doing, giving you advice and everything, they will still blame you for it.
True.
So there's nothing you will do that is going to favor them, that is going to be okay with them. So just go by your conscience. Now, you were asking, your question is, what can we do to be able to increase the number of women in power? First of all, we have to go back to our culture. We have to look into African culture very well. Women should listen to me. You are meant to be heard and seen. You are not meant to be in the kitchen. There is nothing wrong for you to be intelligent, being able to hold on a responsibility and then taking good care of your home. If there's one thing I love the most about women is they multitask a lot. They multitask. Unlike the men that, okay, the guys will be like, okay, I'm meant to provide for the house. Because most men that I've come encounter with, most of them don't like doing all those house duties and all of that. I'm being plain here. I've seen, is what I've seen, I've heard. I've been told histories. It was like that. It is like that. And I'm sure it will be like that.
Let's not hope it will be like that, please.
I'm not hoping. I've seen the way my brothers were trained. I've seen the way other kids were trained. I've seen the way other parents, young stars will be like, my male child is not going to be doing this at home because he's a male and he's going to be like
that is wrong.
Now the issue is right from birth, the parents or the guidance have already placed the man as the head. It makes them see themselves as, okay, I'm the only one that is meant to do this. I'm the only one that is meant to do that. My wife is supposed to stay at home to take care of my kids. What's going on that she cannot multitask? Now, listen to me. If you're a guy, it will be a blessing to you if your woman is educated and she can relate to whatever you're doing.
True.
Because if your wife is able to relate to whatever you're doing, trust me, you will not have issues.
Yes.
When you want space, she will understand that you want space. When you want care, she will understand that you want care because she has been there. She can relate to it. So right from our culture, I think women should be encouraged to take up leadership position. Take leadership role. If you don't want to take leadership role, be well equipped and educated in that aspect. So that is what I would like to tell the viewers, and I would like to encourage women in all over the world to, when it comes to politics, like she rightfully said, if they see women in power, like in a particular position, people will be like, well, she slept with a man before she got there. Have they not seen women that are outstanding?
We've seen a lot of them.
Some women are outstanding that you cannot even reject their offer. Their offer in the sense that if you see them, if you see the way they present themselves, if you see their manner of presentation, if you see the way they project themselves, you as a person, even though you want to open your mouth to say something, you wouldn't say it. Men are in power too. What can we say about that? They also sleep with their grandparents or somebody to get there. No! Alright? So, if you feel you can take up that leadership position, if you feel you can be a president, please, madam, go and become the president of Nigeria. Maybe when you do that, Nigeria will become much more better. Mark my word, much more better.
True. Much more better.
Much more better. Alright? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Esther, for that wonderful response. All right, viewers, the studio is getting hot. We have the vibe and everything is interesting. My resource persons are actually doing justice to this question, and I just hope you are writing something down. I just hope you are doing that. I'll keep reminding you to please jot something down. All right, we are coming to the end of this program. Please, I want to ask this last question to Ojano. Please, Ojano, do you have female mentors? And if you have, can you tell us some of their names and how they've affected you positively? Because I've spoken to you several times and I've seen your level of leadership and understanding. And I believe you did not just wake up one day to just arrive there. I believe you must have watched persons, you must have seen persons do this thing and you just like them. So I want to say, can you tell us your mentors, your female mentors, and how they've affected you positively, ma'am? Thank you.
All right. Okay, one of my mentors, I remember when growing up, I was exposed to a lot of literature, and I think one of the most striking persons that got to me that was a female was Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, a very, very popular writer. That
True.
woman is awesome. And
Yeah.
each time I see her, I have this drive that nothing can limit you. The only limitation you have is yourself. Because the height that woman has, you don't even want me to go there. Then there's Ibuku Awoshika, that woman too. Then there is Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. And when I was growing up, my dad exposed his female children to a lot of female leadership. So she would come on TV, they'll show her on TV. I've forgotten the position she was in that time. And dad would be like, see this woman, no, don't you want to be like her? And from my young moments, then I was like, wow, I would like to be like this someday. Then there is K. Benson Akigbe. And the funny thing about these women is how that it's like one circle influencing the next. The very strong thing about these women in power, in positions, is that they are always reaching out to the next generation, telling them that we were limited in our time, but we're able to overcome. What is your excuse? Because I don't think there's any excuse now, because even I did not go to school, it's not an excuse why you should not be who you want to be. And then there is something about unity. There is unity in community. A tree standing alone cannot make a forest. So if we really want to shake this system, if we really want to break out of this bondage and start to take our rightful place in politics and in positions and being in the forefront of affairs, is to be in community. Because one person cannot fight the bias that they have against women. But when we come in community, you see somebody that is where you want to be, you connect with that person, reach out to that person, talk to that person, and person is like, I'm going to help you. It's like a chain. It's like a chain, like a connection. And we draw from each other's strengths. before you know what is happening, the walls of bias will crumble. And I'm just hoping and I'm praying with the whole of my heart that a day will come where a woman being a president of Nigeria will not be an issue. Where a woman can stand and say, I'm going to be the president of Nigeria, and nobody is saying, a woman, how? Like, I want it to be that we will come out, we'll take our rightful place, and everybody will see us as equal as the next man standing next to us. Wow. That's just what I hope.
Well, viewers, I'm sorry to say this, we've come to the end of this program, and we'll come up with so many other interviews for other topics. I want you to get this. From all what they've said, summary of it is, there is no gap between the male and the female gender. Anybody can be a leader. Let's not go with this mindset that the leader must be a male, or if not a male, then there's nothing the female can do. That is not true. That is certainly not true. The truth is, I don't know where we got this ideology from. We just woke up to it, and I don't know the person that ever started it, and everybody just started running with it. And that's how we find ourselves here today. If a lady wants to come up for the position of a governor or a president, everybody starts mocking or laughing at the lady. In fact, sometimes the lady might not even have a vote or something. I will even see one that is common right now. You see that right now? Okay, let's not just make women feel as if we don't want to put them in position. Do not call them vice. Let them serve as the vice president, while a man will be at the forefront as the president. We should not have this mindset. Look at ladies that are that are president in other countries. You see the way they are doing things. They are just browse and check. You see how women are influencing their world today. Please, Africans, I'm concerned about Africa because I want us to really change this mindset of female not being able to lead as leaders. Please stay tuned and watch out for. Please subscribe to our channels. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and our YouTube channels. Please do well to always comment and let's get feedback from you. If you have any contribution, you have any message, numbers are there right on the screen. Do well to test us, and we would love to hear your contribution concerning this topic so that we can have a wider view of what people we have to say concerning this particular program. Till we meet next time in the studio, I remain with their full self and Jano, Mr. Thanks for coming to the studio.
Thank you.
And I hope to also have another wonderful position, Ryan.